play on my king side. I don't know what I did.
I'm a fan. I'm like, thanks, man. He goes, I think it's going down at 1. I go, what is that? What would be that going? Where are we doing? Who's that and why? He goes, well, they're going to come in with like tear gas and rubber bullets and everything at 1. I was like, well, that feels a lot, you know? And I feel I'm fine to go. I'm fine to kind of see people. I'm fine for meet and greet. But we don't want to start taking rubber bullets to the face, tear gas. It seems unnecessary. It's not. I didn't even know where the Bentley was parked, because in these university campuses you get turned around. So I kept asking people where it is, and they were going, Infantata. And I'm like, no, Bentayga. It's white, and it has a red leather on the inside. And they were very unhelpful finding the car, to be honest. But that's fine. They were friendly. They were nice. They were, I get it. You know, they're not happy. They get it. It's too convoluted. It's all, we get it. You're mad at Israel, which is okay. But then it's also like Kill Whitey and George Floyd. It's all over the place. There's no focus. This is what happens with these protests. There's no focus. It's all over the place. You know, they have a van where there's just this pro-Palestinian speaker, but he's not real. They're just playing his speech over and over again, and he's like, he has a British accent, and he's like, the United States, France, and Israel are Rome, and he just keeps doing this all. And I wondered if we could just get a van and play this show. If I could play this show over and over again outside of these encampments. But all in all, it was a good time. The kids were awesome. They were big fans. You know what I mean?
Looks pretty good.
Hey, I came there to kind of shake some hands, do a few selfies, you know, just kind of experience it, see what it was, feel what it was like to be in college again, which I never was. So for me, it was kind of like a summer camp, but again, brief. Just a little bit like, let's jump into it. These kids aren't Hamas. They don't have it. You know what I mean? They just don't have it. You can't be at Hamas and be excited to see me. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they don't have it to be in Hamas. So this episode that's coming out that you're listening to right now, that's about to come out, nothing that I say in it, I take
This should
back,
be
it's
a win,
the same thing I said.
especially with that rook on the 7th.
You know, going there and seeing it was non-violent. They were not being violent when I was there at all. It was very, you know, it was an environment where Jewish people probably wouldn't be comfortable. You know, you know, again, it was like, it didn't seem like anybody there was being overtly threatening to anyone else. But again, I was there for a half hour. What it seemed like was a bunch of kids who were mad and felt like they had to do something, and they were doing it to whatever, you know, to the best of their ability. That's what it felt like. But the reality is we're not going to let kids, college kids, take over universities in this country.
Yes, it's a win.
Have a monopoly on violence
Easy win.
in this country. And in most civilized countries, the police have a monopoly on violence, meaning that if you riot, if you cause damage to property, if you are using violence, you are going to be confronted by the police. This is not to say the police are always great, or the way that they handle things are great.
Okay. Up a minute, up
you know, look what
3
happened in that
pawns.
autonomous zone in Seattle called Chaz,
1 pass
right?
pawn.
After a few weeks, everybody started shooting each other. What happens to the Columbia encampment if left, if they don't break it up, or the UCLA encampment, or any of these encampments? What goes on?
Man.
How long? Do people just get sick of it? You know, so I was happy I was there on the last night. It felt like it was like a big night. It was kind of an event. It was fun to kind of be on the edge of the rioting, the police, but not fully be there for it.
All right, I want to play some Counter-Strike, so we're going to call it here after this game.
1910.
Not too terrible.
In the future,
I